on, nerd. This is what I told you. Come on, let's all the nerds off on the inside. I'm gonna toughen you up a little bit. Give you some personality skills.
If you feeling like a pimp.
Somewhere around here. Yeah, of course they hide it from everybody. You know why? Nobody wants you to be happy. Nobody wants you to find love, romance, connections with people. Humans.
What's up?
I'm hearing rappers.
Rizzers. Why is there someone rapping
I
outside?
think here's someone rapping.
Oh well,
outside,
we
dude.
are, coming to you live from Hot 97.
We coming to you live from
We're in the green room at the Source Awards right now.
Dude, how insane were those green rooms, right? At the Source Awards?
I haven't
only
seen
imagine.
it. What did I miss?
I
I can only imagine what
just-
they're like. The amount of terry cloth and Newport cigarettes that were being smoked.
Hey man, I used to wear Pelly Pelly jogging suits when I was a fat guy. Yeah, I did. I used to wear big baby blue Pelly Pelly jogging suits.
That's some pimp shit, right?
That shit was
I had a terry cloth polo shirt on yesterday just to bring it back a little bit. Early
That's
2000s.
different though.
That's not the tracksuit.
No, that's
not the
nice. Did
tracksuit.
you ever wear a Kangol?
No, I couldn't get away
Too
with
big on the
Kangol.
head?
I did. I had a too big on the head. Which, by the way, I'm looking in the monitor right now. Looks
It looks
disproportionate
huge,
enough
man.
up against
By
the,
perspective,
up
though.
against the brick.
Yeah.
I wore like
Nick's
We gave Nick a fucking
a complex.
We gave him a new
earlier.
complex. Listen, we just met, but honestly, dude, you're great. You're hilarious.
That
You're an
makes it
awesome
so much
sport,
worse.
bro.
I'm fucking with you. No. I knew because like that's how I know I like someone is when they can go. I could tell that you both. I mean, I already knew this about Kevin, but I met you. I'm like, oh, he can go into minutia. He can get in, take the littlest
Right.
grain of rice
Right.
and blow it up.
Right.
But then the compliment with the backhanded compliment,
Right.
I'm like, I'll fuck with this guy. This
Right.
guy's cool.
Yo,
Right.
Josh is the fucking best, yo.
Yeah.
Dude, you're getting fucking married.
Holy shit.
I'm getting married. Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
get married? When's the date?
In October.
Yeah, let's introduce Nick.
Introduce Nick. Nick is the fucking shit. Nick has his own podcast called WFN. We're friends now, and that's why I think that's the first time we ever met was on that podcast.
On that
right?
podcast,
Right,
yeah,
but
over
you're
Zoom.
about to not just be friends anymore. We're married now. You're going
We're
to change
married
it to
now.
we're married now?
We're married now.
Is
We're-
it with her, by the way?
No, the podcast.
Yeah.
No.
Who's the
she's not in
podcast
comedy.
with? Who's
just
on
me?
it?
It's just me.
It's just you.
Yeah.
Do you have women on the show?
I try not to.
I don't think she wants that anymore. I don't think she would like that. That's inappropriate.
No, I do need to have more women on the show. No, it's just a podcast about just meeting new people, and
Right.
it's a cutthroat industry. So you want to leave feeling like you're friends
Right.
because there's a lot of
Shit, I should have thought about that before I started in with you.
But yeah, I'm getting married. I'm getting married in October. That's for me though.
What do you mean?
Marriage is for me.
Oh,
You're
okay. Like,
Marriage is for me.
She doesn't care about
It's for her
it.
too. She's of course she
Right.
course she wants it, but for me, like I know how most
Right.
guys are like, I'm not gonna get married. I'm not getting into that. I'm not
Right.
getting tied down. I like to know that there's like that partnership,
Right.
that foundation.
Right.
Yo,
You want a contractual agreement that a woman has to be with you.
I want a piece of paper
Right.
that says she's taking my last name. Because for any
Okay.
girl that's not Middle Eastern to take Assad as their last name.
Is that your last
Blonde
name?
hair, blue eyes. She's
Right.
taking
whoa,
Assad.
Right.
son, that is
Travel
fucking
is never going to
wild.
be the same again for her.
I'm good, man. Thank you, brother. Well, blonde Assads have more fun.
Yeah.
Blonde
Dude,
Assad's
so
definitely have
true.
Right?
more
I feel
fun.
like you know some blonde Assads.
I definitely do. So,
Yo, I got a question for you, buddy. Because like, when I think about getting married, if I ever do get married one day, I think about like I gotta have a certain number, how much money I make, right?
Sure.
Did that ever cross your mind? Like,
Yeah,
I
of
gotta-
course.
Yeah.
and what's that
Yeah.
number?
I mean, I
Did you
think
reach it, or did you like, all right, fuck it, she's too good?
I think. Well, getting married and having a wedding are two different things.
Are you planning on having kids?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
How
I want-
soon? How soon after?
I want one kid to start.
So as soon as she lets you have sex with her.
As soon as I'm able to get in there, yes,
That's what she's
and do some damage. Because although I have a small head, I have enormous testicles.
Wow. But you don't
Phil,
have
though.
sex with your balls. You know that, right? It's
But
gonna be an
that's where the
interesting night.
energy comes from. That's the motor. You could have a small little car, but if the motor's big,
You got
you
big
know,
ball energy.
big ball energy.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
Are they-
monster truck tires on a Ford Focus.
Jesus. Wow.
Average size dick, big
Pull them out, bro.
balls.
Pull them out.
Can you see? You can
I
see
can
him.
kind of see it right now. Wow.
Wow. See, you know what?
dude.
You need to put Kevin's balls tickling those balls, man. They match better that way.
I love it.
This is not the podcast you've been looking for,
This is
but
not
the
what you
one that
thought
you
it was.
deserve. So, how soon after you're saying? Like within a year, you want to have a kid?
No, within like So she said to me the other day, she's like, I like life right now. I like where we're at. We're in the
Right.
city. We're having fun. We're like, enjoying our lives.
How
We're
old
not-
are you guys?
I'm 33. She's 28.
Okay, you guys got vaccinated?
Well, yeah.
Oh, well, you're sterile.
fully vaxxed.
You're sterile now, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
I knew that knowing that was
No,
the
you'll
case.
have kids. They'll be born with their own microchips. It'll be great.
Unibrows and microchips.
But that's so she's like a fair blonde woman.
She's like Irish and Russian,
Okay.
and so she's
She's like fair skin, blonde,
blonde,
beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful,
Right.
gorgeous,
So
petite.
now you're gonna muddy up her entire
And now her whole
bloodline.
background is going to be fucked
Right.
up.
See, I'm dating a beautiful woman, beautiful blonde woman, but she pays to get that color blonde. So I'm gonna have to get my kids and I'm gonna dye their hair as soon as they come out. I'm like, oh, it's a boy. I'm like, dip it into some fucking bleach. Like, thank you. No, I'd love my kid no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if it had a head like yours.
Even if it comes out fucking huge with old pea head, your kids are going to be yoked. You're pretty young. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in my early 30s.
Dude, I got to look like
No,
you.
I'm
Whatever
I'm-
age you are, I
I'm
got to
I'm gonna be 42 next week.
You look good, man.
Thank you,
You
man.
look good. You keep it
Thank
fit.
you,
Yeah,
You know, he
bro.
was
Thank
he
you.
was
tight.
Oh,
What do we say? Tighty tight boy?
tight boys.
Tight boys.
That was last.
Yeah, I used to be a
yesterday
giant fat ass.
450.
Really?
Yeah.
450.
yeah.
And you're vegan now. Look at that. Jeez. There you go. Holy shit.
I do a lot of masturbating. Yeah, man. Listen, before you get old, you gotta you gotta work yourself out because things just go south very quickly, man.
Yeah.
You fall apart. I'm a vegan too. I told you
I
that.
remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
Is that challenging?
No. Being a vegan in New York City, being a vegan is a fucking
breeze.
it's the easiest thing in the
Yeah.
world. And I'm a simple person. I eat the same fucking thing every fucking day.
Yeah.
I don't need variety.
Yeah. Function.
Right.
Love that.
Nick, it's fucking crazy that like we were just talking about this outside, but like how you don't really know anything about the dating world right now, right? 'Cause You've been in
Nothing.
a relationship for 5 years.
Nothing.
And we were talking about like people in these situations where like they're on Tinder, they're on Hinge, and then they'll be like, I'm ethically non-monogamous. That's you, Ani?
Yeah, because Irish and I are in an open relationship. So when
Holy
people ask,
shit.
like, we have to specify that we are ethically non-monogamous.
Right. That means I don't give a fuck about the other person, and they don't give a fuck about me.
Or like, I have
Ethically.
to ask my boyfriend if I can fuck you, kind of thing.
Oh, is that how it works? You have to
Yeah.
get a note.
Well, he asks me, and
Let me see your note. Let me see your note.
It's like that authorization that Apple sends you, like someone's trying to sign into your phone. Do you approve?
Right.
Yeah.
know?
So
Maybe.
he has to like fucking oh shit, I lost my train of
Well, let me
thought.
ask you: does Irish hang
'Cause
out
I
in the
just drew
closet
that
and
hack joke
masturbate
out.
while you guys are?
he definitely takes really long showers and takes.
Wow. So he's
sometimes-
present. He's in the house.
Yeah, he's sometimes takes too
Jesus.
long to shit.
This-
and I know there's swiping.
I knew
My
I could
mom,
sense
my mom
demons
calls
in
that
here.
an arrangement.
That's the arrangement.
That's the arrangement. It's an old school term of like they got an arrangement.
So you grew up in a household like that?
No. But
You're-
I grew up in a household where my mother judged every single little thing that everyone else was doing. So
Wow.
she's like, "Oh yeah, Richard and Dawn, they got an arrangement."
Wow.
I'm like, "What is that?" I'm 8.
That means
what does
Dawn
that mean?
is a whore.
Dawn is out at the Peppermint Lounge, and Ron is, whatever.
Wow. I
in
want to go to the
Chelsea.
Peppermint Lounge. That sounds
No,
like
that sounds
fucking
like
fun.
Sounds awesome.
That sounds like where a lot of married women fuck other
Yeah.
dudes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sounds like
The peppermint
The
is
Peppermint
for
Lounge
post-oral
sounds
sex.
like it's in a hotel. It's at like
Yeah.
it's like the lounge in the hotel.
Hey, come on down to the fucking Peppermint Lounge. We're gonna have a
That's
good
where
time.
Peppermint Patty came
Everybody's getting
from.
fucking blow jabs, back jabs, front jabs.
Peppermint Lounge.
Who said there's no jobs?
It's
Jobs
the
for
maitre
everybody.
d'. That's the maitre d'. At
Get
the
a drink.
Peppermint Lounge.
Peppermint Lounge. Get a drink and get a guma.
Yes, sir. Your normal spot behind this one. There you go.
Hey, she's a beautiful one. She's a handsome broad.
She's a handsome.
What are you, a Metzoflanoik?
Yo, how disrespectful it is to call someone a handsome broad, bro.
Whoa.
Yo,
That's
is
another
so
thing. That's
disrespectful.
another
Wow.
thing. Like
I've
my
heard that
grandfather
used
would
on
say.
a woman
You've
before.
heard that used on a
Handsome
I-
woman.
Yeah, I think they were like
woman.
dressed like business scene. Like, that's a real handsome
Handsome
ghetto.
broad.
I was like,
that is grounds for killing yourself.
Yeah.
If you ever hear something like that, if you're not like inclined to want to look handsome as a woman,
Ethically, no, I can't even because I'm not ethical. About
I don't
my-
have I don't have
So
I don't
it's-
have issues with the arrangements. Like that's not where my judgment is never in how someone lives their life. It's always around whatever it's wrapped in. It's always around like why ethical? Like why so many words?
well, let me ask you this: are you this crazy? This is what Kevin did. Kevin was in North Carolina, and where he was, it was basically like 3 people when you turned your Tinder on. And like 2 of them related and the other one was married. So he set up a date with a woman who was in a, I guess,
an open relationship.
ethically open relationship.
Married.
But she wanted to meet with Kevin. And Kevin didn't tell me this till the end, with Kevin and her husband at the same time. Not that she wanted to have sex with the 3 of them, but she wanted him to meet them. So Kevin told me he went to their house, and this is how it went down. He played her husband in a game of pool. So and I said, did you win? He said, yes. I said, you know that he
And
told
I'm not
her
good at pool.
this was the fantasy.
Were they Russian?
I was like, Kevin, did you win? He's like, yeah, I did. He's like, all right, this is the fantasy. You're gonna get this guy to come over, and I'm gonna play in a game of pool for you. And if I lose, he gets to fuck you. And he fucking lost.
It's exactly how
That's
it was
exactly
said.
what happened. So now I was like, Kevin, so we all right?
No, I was just gonna say, what if he lost on purpose? What
He
if
did
exactly-
lose on
that's
purpose.
Yeah.
That's the part after. He's
Yeah,
like,
because
"Now,
Kevin
here's
stinks
the
at
thing.
pool. He thought he was.
I'm gonna lose on
Can I tell you
purpose.
something? Can I be real with you, bro? I really thought like, oh, I guess I'm not as bad.
Right,
That,
he thought,
that
yeah.
bad at
You
pool.
were looking at the
Yeah.
aspect of the pool.
Yeah.
You're
I was
like,
like, oh, I was-
Kevin had
pretty
some
good at
affirmative
billiards.
action pool playing. But this is the other part. So I was like, yo, first I had to tell him, like, the guy let you win because that was his fantasy. And I was like, was he in the room? He's like, no. I was like, was there like a closet in the room where like the door was kind of ajar? And he was like, yeah, now that I think about it, the door was halfway open in the closet. So I told Kevin, I said, I could never do some shit like that. And I've done some scandalous shit in my life. But, dude, could you never know. I was like, what if the guy is like watching you from the thing and then all of a sudden he gets like this like moment of clarity, like, wait a minute. That's my wife. That's my wife. And
He
you're in
goes
North
back.
Carolina. You know he's got firearms in the house. Bro, you could have ended up fucking splattered all over the
you
place.
don't know how far along in that arrangement they are.
You have
it
no
could have been
idea.
a new. It could have been a 2-day-old arrangement.
Maybe
Like, he's
she
like,
talked him into
Actually, he
it.
takes a look at Kevin. He's like, actually, I don't think this is cool at all.
Maybe she talked him into it. And maybe
Yeah.
he's been practicing playing pool for the last month.
Yeah,
and he still lost. And now he's just fucking fuming, bro.
The arrangement was to bring guys over to practice billiards.
He's like, fine, if you want to do that, if he wins, I fuck him. Just saying. It's
I'm in
dangerous.
full
These
support.
are things to look forward to as a married man.
yeah. I
Would you,
don't.
if your wife comes to you tomorrow and says, hey, listen, I had some thoughts about this, and I think one of the best ways to not get divorced is if we open up a marriage.
He's already upset. He's not even married. He's
Well,
upset.
look, if it was a
She
situation,
goes, hey, Nick.
if she's in a different bracket as far as looks are concerned, like she could easily go out and have that type of situation work for her. I don't think it could work for me. I'm like these dating apps, like I don't know how to use them. I don't know how to market myself to
Yeah.
women.
When's the last time you took a selfie?
Like before I got pictures taken here, like literally had too much content.
Oh, but I'm
The
saying
last selfie, to put myself
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember.
Exactly, like
I don't even remember.
yeah, it's an embarrassing.
I
game.
literally don't even remember. Like I was even on like the wrong sites. I was
do
on
you
like
mean?
those. I wasn't on like Tinder. Like back when I was single, like I wasn't on Tinder. I was on like
Coffee Meets
OkCupid or
Bagel.
like
Oh.
Farmers.com. Like I just wasn't. I don't have that like sense about me.
listen, I know you're planning on marrying. If you want to maybe call it off, Kevin and I can help you out with that.
Yeah,
Maybe you just
anytime.
didn't find the right one because you didn't really try very hard. But Kevin and I are experts at setting up dating apps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We could help you.
That's
with
a
that.
good. That's
Yeah.
a really good idea because a lot of guys out there, I think, I would assume that they're having trouble with.
Women too. I've been reading
Women
through
too, yeah.
women's profiles. Like, are you a human? It's like they're mannequins that came to life, bro.
You start
Like-
joke writing for women on Tinder. What are your credits? I was on Conan and I joke write for women on Tinder.
I'm a matchmaker.
I'm a Tinder writer.
Listen, man, we're very skilled. I mean, I no longer am. I'm in a committed relationship for
Yeah.
the last 5 months, and she's beautiful and amazing, and I love her.
He always has to say this by the way.
And I'm thankful. I'm thankful to not have to do it anymore because
Yeah.
it's a fucking, it's a lot of work.
It feels like I feel like if I had to do it, I'd be like an inmate, like coming out for the first
Right.
time, figuring out how to
Right.
use an iPhone.
That's exactly.
It's exactly
What
how
that's like. That's a good
what it
example.
would feel like,
Yeah.
and I'm fine with not having.
Which,
that
by the
feeling.
way, dating inmates is a good idea.
Is another.
Yeah, that's another one because they
Lot
haven't
of
been out in
handsome
society
broads.
in a while. They're thankful.
My brother's coming out soon.
Okay,
He's coming out of jail soon, and like
I was like,
he
out
called
of-
me the other day. He goes, "Kev, I need some pussy, bro. This boy butt in here is terrible." So nah,
Yeah, you should fuck with your brother. You should be like, yo, a lot of shit's changed since you were in, man. Like, yo, 30% of people are holograms now.
just start fucking with him. You know what? I can send him. He sends me texts from jail.
Of course.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
sends me-
don't blow this up because
No. It's legal. It's an app.
Oh, really?
It's an app that they have on their computers. They get computer time. And,
You've got jail.
so when I don't hit him up, sometimes he'll just say wild shit to me. He'll just be like,
Just stab the guy to death in the shower, bro. Miss you, cuz. I'm gonna bring you an ear of my last roommate. Wild shit.
Miss you.
Confessions
I
of
just
murder
stabbed
and
someone.
shit.
Miss you.
look, don't.
Not as much as his family's gonna be missing him. Please don't show this to your brother, Kevin.
I'm not.
Saturday, May 8th. LOL. I'm gonna break your jaw. Then you gonna be broke. I don't even know what that means. That means you're just gonna break my jaw and
Does
then
that
rob
mean
me.
you can't do comedy?
Probably.
I'm gonna take away your livelihood
I'm
and
gonna
break
take away
your
your
jaw.
livelihood because I wasn't texting him. He goes, "Yo, you can text me now," and now you
Wow.
won't. Then he goes, "It don't hurt to reach out to your little bro. Watch when I break your jaw." Hey, yo, what's up with the magazines, yo?
Wow.
It don't cause you to text me, bro.
Yeah, I don't roll with Kevin no more.
Yo,
man.
just saying, everybody forgets about me. All right, bro. 25 more days, motherfucker. I hope you good with how you feel. I'm gonna break your jaw, nigga.
We'll be back up in these streets, Kevin.
And then he said, "I love you."
Ah, see, he loves you.
No, he's joking.
With these magazines.
what's up with
What's the deal with
best
these
one.
magazines?
Yo, yeah, because he wanted me to send him magazines, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never bought a magazine in my life.
What's the deal
Tell him
with
they don't
print
exist
media?
anymore.
Huh? So he's like, so I went to go Amazon him some magazines.
He made a magazine for a gun.
Yeah.
Like, yo, where these magazines? We about to break up out this bitch. I don't want a fucking copy of Vogue, Kevin. He's like, full clip.
What's up with these magazines?
Oh my goodness! So I don't know. Should I get my brother a prostitute, or I asked him if he had some girls lined up, and he goes, "Come on," because he goes, "Come on, yo, you know I'm Bacox." I never heard
Bacox?
Bacox. That's what they call him.
Yo,
in the
I
streets.
like that shit.
Yo, they call him Bacox, bro.
Yo, Bacox. Like, was that big cock?
I don't know, bro.
Bacox.
I seen men call him Bacox in the street.
Hey, big cocks.
When he was selling crack, and then he was selling crack, and he was like, and we were just chilling. First of all, one time, my brother took out a bag of crack. I've never seen crack before, and he just put it on the table. And I'm like, "What are you doing, man?" And he was like, "Yo, don't talk to me, man. I'm Bacox out here." So, I'm dead ass, yo.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't want to even ask questions.
He's going to be out in a month, and he's
In
going
a
to let
month.
you know.
25 days.
He's
I'm
going to
gonna
be out in
ask him.
25
days.
days. That was May 8th. So
Oh, shit.
So it's
Yo, he's here. We have a guest coming in right now.
By the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bacox.
Yo, you guys want to? We should interview him on the
100%.
Mack Almanac.
100%.
Yeah, as soon
Can
as
we
he
put him in
comes
a
through.
Hannibal Lecter suit?
I would love to put him in a Hannibal Lecter suit. And then we're gonna tell him
Under
to.
the too much content sign,
Right.
just stand him up.
I'm gonna because my brother, there's no way for him to get a job or whatever. So what I'm gonna do is
Why?
because, dude, I mean, for obvious reasons, right? He could be a stand-up, but actually, he's funnier than most stand-up comics. To be honest with you.
I mean, clearly.
Yeah. So, but he fucking what the fuck was I gonna say?
He's gonna come out. You're gonna get him some
Oh,
pussy.
I think I'm gonna start like a OnlyFans for him and just fucking be like giving out convict dick to these girls.
Really?
Yeah, boy. I think I'm gonna do that. It's gonna make him some money.
Only felons.
Only felons. That's
Holy
exactly
felon.
right. And Ani's like, yo,
Take
do
a
that
peek.
shit. Son.
Ani's like, I'll sign up right now, man. Let me see some of that jail dick.
Ani like, yo, you know what? Let me go ask Irish if I can fuck Kevin's brother real quick.
Ain't nothing hotter than a guy who hasn't gotten any pussy in a long time. Because listen, we do
He'd
fuck
be
different.
thankful.
We do fuck different when it's been a minute. When we haven't had sex in a while, like listen. Me and my girlfriend have great sex. We had great sex last night, but when she was gone for 10 days and she came back, man,
It was something different about that. Boom,
Yeah.
boom.
because you forget. You forget the person.
Yeah.
What is it? What breeds contempt?
I don't know that one.
Well,
Kevin's
familiarity.
brother might know.
Familiarity breeds contempt. So everybody should go to jail for a little bit.
Go to jail for a couple months, come back and have the best
Come
sex
out,
of
you're
your life.
bukkaksin all over the fucking
Fuck
place.
Roman swipes, go to Attica for at least 6 months, come back.
So you're from a tough part of the world, right?
I mean, Boston,
Yeah, that's like it's tough.
Kind of, yeah. I would say so, yeah.
In terms-
I'd say it's up there with. It's
Annie,
up
you're
there
not
with
from
New York.
Boston, right?
She
You
is.
are.
Yeah.
So are you guys like from the same hood, and did you grow up together? You guys know each other?
I'm from Boston, like right, in
Yeah.
the city,
Right.
right out, like
Where
right
like
outside the city.
anytime someone says Yankees, you spit on the floor.
Like I'm supposed to do that.
Right, but you don't. Fall
I
for
actually
that.
respect the Yankees. They're like the Boston Celtics of
Wow.
baseball.
Okay.
I like winners.
Yeah, me too.
I like
man.
people that win. I go,
Yeah.
why are they winning?
Hell yeah.
Why don't I do that?
That's right.
But I mean, if it's like a mob of people, yeah.
Right, you're like, hey, those fucking Yanks.
jerk off.
Yeah, because you're a smart man. You're a survivalist.
But yeah,
like-
no, I have always liked New York.
have you ever witnessed in Boston like someone beating up a New York Yankee fan?
No, but it's just back and forth. Ani has.
Yeah?
But I've seen them just like absolutely
Right.
shit on them
Yeah.
for blocks, city blocks.
I like that, bro. I like when people. I'm missing all that shit, bro.
What do you
like,
like?
here's the thing,
People
the-
getting beat up or claiming themselves and then getting beat up?
Ooh, I like.
Because they beat up some Jews the other day because of Israel, and I just wanted to bring that up. like the guys came out the thing and he pulled out his flag and they jumped him. But I'm proud of him for pulling out his flag and catching that beating.
I mean, it's admirable, but it's also like if they were like, we're gonna. If
I didn't
if
say
you
I would
replaced
do
that- I
it.
was just about to say if you replaced that with like a Red Sox fan, I'd be like, I
I didn't say I would do it. I would be like, where is that Jew? Let's get him. Nah, and then I would beat him up. But
Well, you know what? You know what though? I don't think Hashem would agree with this man
with what?
with what he did.
Well,
You
because
know why? Because you gotta preserve life.
that's
He could've
right.
died.
See, Kevin's my little Jewish student. Yeah, you're right. The most important thing is the preservation of life. And
He
you know,
could have died,
And
yo, and
also,
got his
it's
friend killed.
It's also there's like 10 people there, and they're ready to fucking murder you. You know, live to fight another day.
Yo, man, I don't.
We
want
get them the right way. We get them through the media. Shout out, I'm Yisrael Chai. Just lost like 50% of our subscribers.
Yeah, I don't seek confrontation out in that way. I don't. I avoid confrontation
Right.
at every cost. Once I turn 30, I'm like, I'm not trying to be in the middle of any bullshit.
It's smart. Yeah, no, I'm the same way. But this shit just fucking finds me.
Yeah.
Honestly, like when that fucking Italian guy.
Oh my god, that was so.
Told
Did you
us to
already
go-
tell the story?
Oh no,
We
no,
didn't talk about it on this. I mean, it's not the most interesting story. We left the studios last week, and I had to take a piss because Kevin and I took like a 20-minute walk to talk about the podcast and business. And there was an outdoor seating area, and I needed to piss, and I was like, "Excuse me, sir, may I use your bathroom?" And he was like, "Oh, would you like some table to sit?" And I was like, "No, I just need to use the bathroom." And he's like, the McDonald is in the corner. And I was like, all right, you fucker. And I walked away like, American. He was Italian, but, he
Might as
was
well
a
have been
prick,
French,
so he
yeah.
might as well be French.
You know that. You know. So,
The McDonald.
you know in Sopranos because we were just talking about Sopranos.
And we
right
were talking
before-
about The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the episode where
they go to Italy and Paulie's trying to be friends with everyone.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, come on down. And
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah,
fuck you. This guy. And I was
Exactly
like, you know, in Italy, like they're real, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're gonna. And we got a fucking example. There was one
Holy
fucking right
shit.
there. And if I hadn't had to pee, I'm coming back there today. Me and Kevin are gonna
We're
walk
gonna go
there on
ask
the
to
way
go pee
back.
again.
We're going live.
I would go drop a fucking steamer in
Yeah,
the back.
I'm gonna distract him. You go shit in the bathroom.
I had a salt bagel this morning. It was just brewing.
There was a Jew, a Dominican, and a Bostonian shit in my bathroom.
Fucking love it. Yeah. That's where I'm from.
Yes, Kevin.
Yo, the girls from Boston. I mean, I met Anna. She's nice, kind of, but like,
Yeah,
are
honestly,
are they hardened? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Like,
they're-
Ani's nice.
Yeah, she's like.
But don't ever think that she
You ever
doesn't
got
have a
punched in the
Boston
face?
switch
I think
Right.
you got punched in the
where
face.
she would throw a fucking bottle opener at you.
that's
Yeah,
good.
I know.
That's
I
good.
know. Ani would do
Like,
that.
it's just there. It's always there.
Yeah.
Abrasive.
Right.
Ani's unique in
So
the
you're
sense
saying
where-
that she's actually female.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Because you just
Ani
described every
Ani
woman
has
that I've ever met
evolved.
in my
Ani has
entire
evolved,
life.
but like women from Boston, unfortunately, like don't know how to put outfits together as well as women in New York. They don't see the colors and the textures and all that stuff. Where you're walking down the street in New York, you see a woman and you're like, all right, she's very
because
well
when
put
it-
This
together.
guy's a wicked fig.
I'm not here for fame, but you know.
See, but you know what it is? You know why women from Boston can't put colors together very well? It's because they're all.
There's only one color to look at.
There's
in
only one
Boston.
color. Yeah, the fucking Boston red. No, no, it's really because a lot of their mothers kept drinking, so they like have fetal alcohol syndrome.
Oh, wow. Kevin
And
knows
they-
about
now
this.
Now they're colorblind.
Colorblind.
Now they're
Hey, I'm
colorblind,
colorblind,
bro.
dude. Don't be racist.
Oh man.
I'm Joe. I made all that shit up, so I don't know if that's true at all.
I would say a little bit less
Drinking so much
adventurous.
to colorblind.
I love making up like fake
true.
facts.
I am
like that.
actually colorblind.
You are?
man. Yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
colorblind.
Yeah, son.
Yes.
Hide it well.
Thank you very much, man. But you're African American, correct? With a white beard. I only see it. I only see a negative.
That'd be wild. I see it in sepia
I did a
tone.
lot of acid growing up. A lot of repercussions going on.
fuck.
No. Yeah, no, I am. I'm colorblind. You know, they used to not let colorblind people into the military. Yeah, but then they found out that people who are colorblind, it's actually a trait that dates back to when we were cavemen because camouflage doesn't work the same on people who are colorblind. So when I was little, I used to see like, you know, military uniforms. I was like, why do they do that? They're like, so they blend in. And I was like, but that sticks out to me because we don't perceive the colors in the same way. So it's actually a old hunting thing that was in your brain. And now they, as of Vietnam era, they started using colorblind people as scouts. So they sent us out to get killed first because they're trying to get rid of that trait in human beings. But no, that's what they do because we can see the enemy easier.
Yeah, I mean, we sent you guys out because we don't want people coming back who were born with fetal alcohol syndrome.
right.
I don't think that's.
By we sent you out, Kevin, while he was staying in his bunk in America in the military, he sent us out.
Yeah, that's what we
Thanks,
did,
Kevin.
bro. You're welcome, man.
You're one of the
Fetal
bravest.
alcohol syndrome is the title of this episode.
You know, alcohol. Oh man.
Well, you had fetal alcohol syndrome, right?
No, my brothers did though.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they called one of my brothers. I beat me and my.
Is it the one that's in jail?
The one that's in jail. No.
Is it Cox?
Bacox and my insane brother.
Wow.
Misael, they both had. I mean, they were called crack babies.
Yeah,
for a
because
long
they didn't
time.
know.
They
Kevin
didn't know.
explained that to me. They used to call crack babies, but then they found out years later it was just from
It was-
alcohol
it's 'cause
withdrawal.
If you
right?
did crack, most likely you were an alcoholic
right,
as well.
right. Because they just go together.
Yeah, they
you know,
just-
it's just
like cocaine. It's
When you wanna
cheese
come
and
down-
wine, crack, and hard liquor.
and hard liquor.
The charcuterie of drugs.
Nothing like an ice cold Coors after a rock.
L'chaim.
But
So tell us more of your sad childhood, Kevin.
no, you don't need it. What was the question? What was the original question?
What?
Yo, you know, I wanted to bring something up for you. I think I got advice for your marriage, bro.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean, for your future marriage.
Yes.
Because my mom,
Please.
she got remarried at 45-ish, 50.
It's a good
right?
age.
To her best friend, right? And she been in love, and when they got married, he moved in for like a month, and she was like, "This ain't gonna work. I need you to keep your own place. I want you here on Fridays,
Nothing wrong with
Saturdays,
that.
Sundays, sometimes
Nothing wrong with that.
and then on the weekdays, I need my Mondays to myself. I need Tuesdays to myself. Wednesday, come in the afternoon.
You just reminded me of something I said like a year ago where I was like, once we get married and we move in together, I don't want a man cave. A man cave is the most emasculating thing you could have. I want an office. I want to be able to go into an office.
I like that.
Have some set up like this, have another separate like bathroom, like lounge area, because it feels less creepy than a
Yeah.
cave and like a
You
basement.
should have like a robe that's like a suit.
Yeah.
That it looks like a suit. And you walk into your office and you have your
All right,
your
gentlemen,
mug
how-
and
yeah,
everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to go
Right.
to a separate
Because you want to look
building.
professional when you go to jerk off by
For
yourself.
sure, exactly, exactly, yes, and that's no, so I think that's. I mean, I totally get where your mom's coming from, and I think at that age too, especially at 45 years old, you know what works for you and you know what doesn't, and you know who you are.
She was like, yo, I hate the way you sleep. She was like, she was so honest with him, yo. She was like, yo, bro, like, I hate your morning breath. Like,
Yeah,
I can handle it over a weekend. I can't handle it 7 days a week.
I need you as you are after 11 a.m.
Yes,
is
that's what
she's
my
saying.
mom was.
I don't want to see you before 11 a.m.
Yeah, and I respect, and kudos to that dude because he's an old school guy, you know. And
What
he
did-
could've
what
been like-
happened?
He could have been like, "Go fuck yourself," you know, like.
And he
fuck
was
you,
like,
bitch.
okay.
And he was like, "Man, I thank God you said something. Thank God you.
I hate
said
you
something.
too.
I don't
Because
like
he
you
would
that
have been
much,
like,
too."
he's like, let me list my grievances.
Yeah.
He didn't say shit though, did he?
Nah, but he likes. At the time, he used to love drinking at the bodega. He was one of those guys.
Oh, nice.
Do you guys know about these guys? The guys that drink at the bodega all day.
Oh yeah, that's why I can't move to New York City because I'll become one of them.
Do you know about that, Josh? I don't know if they.
I don't
do
know
that in
why you're
Queens.
like doing this, Kevin. I like to play lotto, bro. Like I have friends there. And
Hey,
shit,
Josh,
man.
I don't
Like,
know how
we talk
this-
about stuff.
This is an actual intervention, and I brought you here so that way you can stop drinking.
Ever since I got those
Josh
quick
sold
picks-
me a used lottery ticket at a bodega once. That's how we first
Nah,
met.
bro, you get if you get 5 of those, you get 1 free to retry again. Trust
like,
me,
this
dude.
says 2008
Bro, I was this
on it.
close, man. It's okay. Yes, Kevin. Talk about more about men who hang out in the bodega.
So so he was just happy that he can just chill at his bodega and drink on the weekdays. Like that was like.
they have like a little table set up in front. I know that.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, they play
Yeah.
dominoes. Oh no, they
Yeah.
actually have a table in the back.
Yeah, but in the
Yeah.
place.
But in
They
the
used to have Joker poker machines in those places. They don't have them
No, they don't
anymore,
have those
right?
anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They destroyed the mafia like everything else good in this city.
I love how you look off into the distance when you say that. It adds gravitas.
I'm thinking about Johnny. Fucking Johnny. He didn't fucking deserve that shit. Fucking Joker Johnny, they called him. Had all the Joker machines in New York City.
Johnny Soprano used to own this hall.
Yeah.
Remember that episode?
I don't talk about that. Don't fucking bring that up anymore. I actually, there was a pool hall I used to hang out with in when I was instead of going to junior high school, I just went to a pool hall. me and a couple of my best friends, we all lived next to each other, and we'd make it to the corner, and like going to the right was about a mile to school, and about 3 blocks to the pool hall, and we were like, let's fucking go to the pool hall. And they had one of those Joker poker machines, and we had this like, there was a lot of eclectic, weird Queens crews, and one of the crews was like this like Russian mafia family of like people we were friends with. And they had this Joker poker machine, and they were like, all right, we're gonna hit the Joker poker machine. So they got, I mean, literally out of one of the fucking movies. You know the like a circular saw bit that's like that, to just like, because all you have to do is get into the machine because it has like a lock in it. So they were in there, and like everyone's like making as much noise as possible as he's circular sawing it, and they got in there, and we fucking pulled the machine out.
Love that.
Yeah.
My stepdad bought a slot machine
For his home.
in the basement.
That's not what your mother meant when he said he bought a slut machine.
Something a little bit different. Caribbean.
So your parents are still together?
No. That no.
Oh, so you're trying to fix that with this
No,
marriage?
both my dads are dead.
Oh.
That's not a joke.
No, I know it's all right. You're from Boston. It's all right.
But
Oh, please tell me the sound picked up. Okay.
not at the same time. They weren't. And when I say my dads, it sounds like they were together.
So your mother's a widow, a black
She
widow.
is, yeah.
She's
yeah.
killed
a
multiple
brown
men.
widow, yeah. She's a brown widow. And so,
Oh, right, I
but,
forgot,
But
white beard.
they were completely. My dad was completely opposite from my stepdad. My stepdad was Big Pussy from The Sopranos. I remember we pulled that up on an episode of WFN.
Wow.
And he looks like Vincent Pastore. He looked like Vincent Pastore.
Was he a rat also?
No.
It's a good thing because Johnny wouldn't like that.
But he was a gambler. He gambled a lot.
Right.
Bought a slot machine as like a toy to have in the basement.
Just to get his fix.
Yeah, he won. I said this on another podcast. He won the lottery on a scratch ticket. Won $2.5 million on a scratch ticket.
Whoa.
And then bought a gas station that also sold the lottery down in the Cape.
Sounds like someone's dad's a gangster and he doesn't really know it yet.
And then it all kind of fell apart. But it was a very interesting. I had a very interesting childhood. I'm not
Yeah.
one of these people that like. I figured out my shit about
Right.
my childhood.
Right.
You know, and I can look back at it and be like, that was interesting. It was fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I also had an interesting childhood.
That's why.
And so did Kevin. That's why we're all here. Okay, we're not boring people, obviously. No, but my father was like a pornographer. He owned strip clubs. He was like a gangstery guy. We weren't Italian, but he was as close as you can get to it. And actually, what you were talking about the slot machine. My stepfather used to work for Nobody Beats the Wiz. You remember Nobody Beats the Wiz?
Yeah, I did.
He was the
Mr. Commercials.
Nobody Beats the Wiz was an electronics superstore that TVs and everything, and he was the head of human resources because he was with them from the beginning, and he had a guy because this is how crazy this company was. Human resources, he would hire every single person. There was like 30, 40 stores individually. And they would hook them up to a polygraph test.
What?
To get the job, you had to take a polygraph.
No way that's legal, but that's amazing.
Completely illegal. But my stepdad's dead for like 15 years, and fuck the other guy.
He administered polygraph tests?
So he had a guy
How
who
you never told me this before, son?
I did tell you forgot. I have a lot of things I've told you. So he had this guy who was a retired NYPD detective. He was injured on the job, retired, and the guy lived in like the middle of like really mafioso Brooklyn, like Bensonhurst or whatever.
Yeah.
And we used to go to his house because they were like best buddies.
Yep.
Because they hired the entire hundreds of people together. And we used to go to his house for Christmas, and we were Jews, you know? So I was like, oh, Christmas is the best. We'd go there, they give me gifts and shit. Fucking lights everywhere. There's fucking pigs on the table.
Yeah.
And he had a couple of like real deal, old school
Sure.
slot machines, you know? And they were like best friends. And then that guy, he fucking, they ended up firing him from Nobody Beats the Wiz. And he thought my stepfather had something to do with it. Okay?
Oh, fuck.
He thought my stepdad, like, and this was like his like best buddy, you know? My stepdad
Yeah.
had nothing to do with it. It was like, you know, the guys who owned the company were like, yo, you got to get, it was probably they got too big to be like polygraphing people.
I was just about to say, I love how he blames it on your dad. Meanwhile, he's waterboarding people in
Right,
the back
exactly,
to get a
exactly.
promotion.
That's why when I was a kid, I was like, I can never get a real job because I am not passing a fucking polygraph test. I lied just telling
You
him
growing
this.
up
You know?
as a kid thought you had to pass a polygraph to get a job.
Dude,
I thought that too.
well, they used
Kid.
and he used to give me like used to give like these like quizzes where they would like find out what your personality was. Like they gave
Those are
30 question like
This is all to sell motherfuckers refrigerators,
this
bro?
was for like to hire like
Appliances.
managers and shit of like when these stores are making millions of dollars, so they need like, but they also wanted like stupid people. They didn't want too
That's
smart.
the thing.
They needed like a like you had to like fit into the area of like
It's like sales. You want someone whose back is against the wall and
Right.
is hungry.
right.
To go in there and not come back to you and go, I got a good idea of how we could do this. No. You go in at 8 and you leave at 8 and you pound the phone and do what you have to.
Right.
There's a certain type of person that can
You
kind
want
of just,
yeah.
that's no problem.
An idiot.
Yeah. Someone who's back
Because
against
anybody
the
who
wall.
knows any better is like, I should do
Someone
something
who's
better
like,
than
someone
this.
who's sitting in an interview like this, being like, this is totally normal with the fucking payload.
I'll show up every day and do this. This sounds wonderful. Without murdering myself.
Unbelievable.
So this guy thinks my stepfather, who definitely didn't do it, my stepdad was the kindest, sweetest, nicest guy in the world. He thought he did it. So my father was connected man. You know, he was
Yeah.
working with guys. He owned strip clubs. And he went to my father's strip club to have a meeting with my father and the guy who my father was connected with because he wanted to put a hit out on my stepfather.
Whoa.
He wanted to kill, he wanted to whack My stepdad.
All for a nobody beats the whiz job, son.
Nobody beats
That's
the whiz
fucking wild, bro.
Somebody did beat the
I
Wiz.
mean, nobody
So he was trying
beats
to beat the Wiz.
Hey,
He's
no,
the whiz.
He was.
nobody,
I'm the fucking whiz out here.
nobody waxed the whiz. So
Whoa,
so,
dude.
you know,
how much money was that guy making?
he was making 150, 200 grand a year,
Yeah.
probably. He was making a lot of money.
Honestly, if I thought your stepdad fired me in what was that, the 80s?
No, this was like 93-ish.
Wow, 93, 200K.
Yeah.
Just
That's
to
a lot.
polygraph him.
Buck 50. He was, and he's getting a full retirement from the NYPD. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I remember he was deaf in one ear because of a gunshot. He probably like murked somebody and got fuck my ear. Anyway, he goes to my father. I want to, and my dad's guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm coming to you because, like, let's get rid of this fucking piece of shit. I want to get rid of him." And my father, for all the like fucked up things he had done to my mother and in my life and everything, which he did wonderful things but also some really bad things. But he said to the guy, he's like, "I'm happy you." Well, my father talked like this. Hold on, let me.
Lube it up.
Get a little bit of liquid courage and
My father talked like this.
Amazing.
He said, "I'm happy you came here to tell me this today." He goes, "Because now I know if anything happened to my son's stepfather, it's because of you. You better follow him around and make sure nothing happened to him, because if it does, I'm going to break you into 50 pieces."
This guy's like, fuck me.
I mean, what?
I
A,
fucked up.
hey, what a dummy.
And you know how I know this is
Works at
true?
Nobody beats the whiz.
You know how I know this is true? Because my mother told me my mother hated my father. My father kidnapped my mother's parents. Just for perspective.
What? Wait, whoa.
Just for perspective.
When did he do that?
Well, he needed startup money for his discotheque. so he took my mom's parents captive. He's like, "Come on, I know you got $20,000. Yeah."
He locked him in the room until they.
I don't know exactly how he did it, but my bubby, rest in peace, Bubba. She told me, "Your father, he locked us up. He took us."
Did they ever get their money back?
No, they never got it. He owes us like $20.
That money's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It's all right. It's all right. They were smart with their money, and they were wonderful people, and the exact opposite. And my mother, not like my father. And, my father died alone and penniless in a shower in Las Vegas somewhere.
honestly,
so be a good person. And
That's what you.
That's
gotta
what
look forward
happens,
to
though, with
marriage.
But he did
Which-
one good
which-
thing. He kept my stepdad, who was the most amazing guy, from getting whacked. And then my stepdad died a couple of years later from lung cancer, so he couldn't stop that.
How great would it have been if your dad was like,
I'm going to kill every CEO of Marlboro to avenge my son's stepfather. Thanks, Dad. Hey, listen. You sell your cigarette to my son's stepfather?
He goes to every bodega being like, if he dies now, I know you sold him the cigarettes.
This is 100% true. Just for perspective on how crazy my father was, I used to be a stockbroker. And one of the first places I worked at on Wall Street or off of Wall Street, I met a guy who was from my neighborhood. So when he saw my last name, he went, "Oh, Pallid." Pallids? My father had a nightclub called Pallids. I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Your father, Steve Pallid?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's my dad." He goes, "Let me tell you a story about your father." He was working in one of these, because I used to be, in these bullshit stock brokerage firms. He goes, "Your father shows up to the front desk." He goes, "I'm here to see Mike blah, blah, blah," the name of one of the head brokers in this like schlocky fucking brokerage firm. And this guy who's telling me the story, he goes, "I see your father," and to get into these places, it's like a fucking, you got to get buzzed in like it's a fucking massage parlor, And my friend goes, "That's Steve Pallid. Let him in." He's like, "You don't know who this guy is? This guy owns Pallid. This guy is, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And they buzz my dad in. My father was looking for this broker who had lost some gangster a shitload of money. He goes, "Your father went into the guy's office and hung him out the window by his legs on like a 20-something story building."
Shit, yeah.
And he walked out with a check for like $1 million or something. I don't know if it ever got cashed or it ever went through. Because,
Fuck.
That's a good scene to
Yeah.
a start of a movie.
right.
That's some gangster.
But he also
shit,
kidnapped my
dude.
grandparents.
Dad has
so,
the art of the opening, though. He opens up these conversations like
Right.
very soft, and then
Right.
turns it.
Right.
Art of
And
the deal.
turns it. It's just like that is someone you
Yeah.
don't.
That is
fuck
interesting.
With.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
true.
a
Yeah, it's very friendly. You let them in.
Right.
and then he
And then he
strikes.
pounces.
I was afraid of like three major things when I was a kid, and it was my school principal, Darth Vader, and my father, and they were the same exact creature. You know that silhouette of
Yeah.
that fucking Anyway, love you, Dad. I miss you. I hope you and Steve are enjoying listening right now. I mean, I hope you're both. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're Jews. We don't believe in that.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That's wild. Those guys are guys.
So
like
your dad's died.
No, my dad died of a heart attack. My stepdad died of cancer. My dad was
Bendition.
the complete opposite. He was very he's a teddy bear,
Right.
Lovable, goofy, kind of got in his own
Right,
way,
right.
but like very kind.
That's why you like me.
Because my stepdad, who's also very kind and treated me like a son. I mean,
Right.
took me in since I was like 3 years old, that
Right.
type of thing. Yeah. He had another side of him that was just very much like maybe not at the level of your dad,
Right.
But at the point where he's just like you don't fuck with this person. There's
Right,
guys
right.
that you look at and you just go, this is not
Right,
the guy
right.
I'm gonna get one over.
This guy's gonna
Yeah.
turn.
And I could see, and like there was always that little bit of fear growing up that I'm really glad I had, because I was just like, okay, this is someone. Now I know when someone acts like this, this is you just
Yeah.
go
But
under the
honestly, you should feel that way about everybody.
exactly.
Because some people hide it in different ways.
And that's what I saw too, though. Like as I'm saying, like the reason it's so interesting. When you told that story, the reason it was
Right.
so interesting is because how did that meeting even start? How do you walk up to someone like your dad and sit down and broach this subject?
Right.
And what is your dad's reaction?
Right.
It can't be like
Right.
off the bat he can't show his cards.
Right.
I don't know. That shit's just fucking interesting.
I think
to
it's
me.
crazy that like I think he thought in his head, you know what? This dude is married to his ex-wife.
He already
must
did the
hate him.
math.
Yeah, he was like, there's no way he doesn't
and that's
want
what
to
my
kill him.
stepdad was like. That's why I was so interested, because like he already did the math in his head before this whole shit even took place. Before this meeting even took place, he knew what was going on. Right. And I didn't get any of that from him.
Yeah. You know,
You got some of it.
I got a little bit. Yeah,
got a little bit of
Yeah, I
it.
got a little bit. But it taught me to like.
I can tell you easily. You could get easily irritated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then and shit could go left quick. I think so.
you're saying he's small-headed?
I'm saying.
I'm getting murdered when I leave here.
This is the
today.
first time in my life. I'm not even
By the
joking.
way,
the first
ju-
time
just-
anyone ever has ever
Just so
said
you
that.
know, look at my little tiny peanut head next to your giant head, and I'm calling you.
Yeah, look at it. I look like it takes up 3 bricks.
What is that in Beetlejuice when the head shrinks? Oh, my head. Oh, no. Men in Black, right? I'm like, fucking. Jesus Christ. I got to get a bigger head. I'm sorry. I'm jealous.
But like when you walked in the room though, like, and you can identify people that you're like, oh, this person's a real dude. Like when you walked in, I was like, all right, what's this guy's deal? I got to talk to him. I gotta figure out
What did I
the
think
deal
was
is.
my auto instinct with you?
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's going to be like an easy guy to talk
Yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Rob
Kevin
him.
already vouched for you
No, rob
yesterday.
him after the show. Kidding.
Yeah, no, Kevin vouched for you yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I mean, I checked out your podcast. Not a huge fan, but you know, like, you're
No
totally
one is.
different in person. No, I'm just kidding. I honestly, I really, like, it's hard to meet someone you could just right away jump into. Like, I fuck with a lot of people. Kevin knows that.
Oh,
I'm on automatic. But if I don't think they have, like, a good sense of humor and, like, can play
you
back,
go quiet in that situation.
I'll just pull back.
Yeah.
I'll go hard, and then I'll see, like, the
This
reaction.
guy's fucking lying. No, you don't. You don't pull back at all.
Yeah, sure
As
I
a matter
do.
of fact, he doubles down.
No.
All I've seen him do was double down. You're a piece of shit lying right now. You're lying to the people.
No.
You can't have that at the Mack Almanac because this is a lifestyle, buddy.
I kamikaze them, and then I pull back. I just give them everything I got,
That's exactly what he does.
and then I walk away, and then I'll never do it again. I just got to get it all out.
I've seen him make 2 people quit comedy.
That's not true. That's
Very-
not true.
100%.
They weren't doing
Then
comedy
they-
to begin
then
with.
They should have gone. That's just that. Charge it to the.
Yeah, and he's been trying to make Dylan quit comedy for the last
That's
2
not
years.
true.
So,
That's not true. And now he's going to hear that, and he's going to get offended. That's not true. I told you that I believe in Dylan.
no, I'm kidding.
I do believe in Dylan. Dylan's funny,
Yeah,
man.
he is funny.
Oh my goodness, he's a wild.
Too
boy.
comfortable.
Jesus.
Too
You ju-
comfortable.
Too comfortable, and everyone else.
You
comfortable.
just said the name, and you just killed the entire
Type
room. No, I love him.
Oh
I
my
love him.
goodness.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yo, your dad. I love your dad, and I don't know him. Never met him.
Right.
But I love your dad because he married Penthouse Pets.
He did. He did marry a
Come
penthouse
on.
pet.
You know how?
Yeah, I know.
He didn't just marry her. He converted her to Judaism. Then he married her.
Look at that.
See, your dad and my best friend's dad, very similar. Even when you did the voice, because he
Maybe
was,
he's your maybe he's your friend.
Dude,
My dad's
maybe
his
it's the
dad.
same thing.
What's your son? What's his name?
I can't give his name away.
All right, just
but-
Peter.
Sir-
Peter, I know you're my best
You
son.
know, he always goes, Nick Dick, what's up, Nick Dick? And you just got to take that.
Right.
Something you could do with that.
Gotta
But
take that
you could
dick,
do.
Nick.
yeah, attractive women like Penthouse Pets. He said he was married to.
Yeah.
That's a big point of pride. I think.
He did it. It was his third marriage. My mother was Jewish, but like then he married this beautiful woman from Arizona. Like I remember, I think one of the first women I ever masturbated to was Chitara. You know who Chitara
No.
is? There was a cartoon from the 80s called Thundercats.
I've heard of it.
And we actually did it on a Doped Up and Dying, I think.
Yeah.
And Chitara in the first couple episodes, but even after, it's like basically just like this completely naked, beautiful, fucking blonde woman, cat. And she looked just like Chitara. So I remember that. But she was the nicest,
she
prettiest
looked like
woman.
a cartoon.
Yeah. Well, my dad used to date gorgeous. I mean, he was a nightclub owner and like a fucking.
Yeah.
And my mother was a beautiful woman too. And then my
Mother's still a piece.
well, my mother's like
She's like
60
years old.
something.
Still looks
Yeah.
great.
Yo, Kevin, man, please don't have sex with my mom. Bro.
Could you imagine?
Please don't begox my mother, Kevin. man.
Don't
Don't give my
begox-
mom's my.
That's our new.
There's just a
Bacot.
trail of magazines. She goes over to his mom's house. Who left all these fucking magazines?
See callbacks.
Kevin
See
Sanchez is
professionals. Yeah, so she was gorgeous, and he converted her to Judaism. And I remember she
Do
was
you know
like,
her name? Can we look her up?
no, she's actually no. I don't want to do that to her.
Okay.
See, if he wouldn't have defended his friend, I'd probably been like, yeah, sure, let's just throw all our people in the fucking mix. But now that you're a rational human, I won't do that to her.
It's all out of fear.
She ended up becoming like a semi-pro weightlifter. Do you remember I showed you? She was like these women who are like fucking ridiculously chiseled. Yeah. Not my thing, but she's still very beautiful. But then my father, he had the strip clubs, and he ended up marrying this beautiful woman who was Penthouse Pet of the Year. She's actually on the cover. She's like, I don't give a fuck. She's on the cover with Jackie Mason in it.
Look this up. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, maybe this wasn't a good idea. Maybe it wasn't a good. No, because I don't want to blow up my. I have a half sister. My sister. She's not my half sister. She's my sister.
I have a couple of those.
But from her and my father. So like, and honestly, me and her
My
were.
future girl.
Huh?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Huh?
What'd you say, you son of a
I
bitch?
said my future girl.
Your future girl. Listen, Kevin, it's lucky it's your birthday, bro.
Come on, bro. You know, I need a nice Jewish girl.
You know what? Honestly, bro, I would let you marry my sister, but first she has to convert you to Judaism.
I can't because I got this tattoo.
I know you did that on purpose. Very disappointing.
No,
It's all right.
I'm gonna burn it off.
We're gonna burn it off.
I'm gonna burn it off.
Slice it off of you, Kevin.
There we go.
No, Kevin is you're good. You have a good soul. It doesn't matter what religion you are, as long as you love God and are a kind person and don't have sex with my sister ever.
Send your brothers
Ever,
fucking
Kevin.
magazines. Jesus Christ.
I gotta send them some magazines. You know what? They're oddly expensive. They're like $25 a magazine.
Yeah, because nobody
Because they're
fucking prints
nostalgic
them
now. Yeah,
anymore. They
now
have
it's
one
like-
guy. He's like, I gotta print this
It's
now.
like records. They're like records. Magazines are like records now.
Oh my god.
Said it 3 times. Sorry.
What? So,
You sound like you got Tourette's. It's like records. It's like records.
how long are you with your girl before you like proposed and stuff?
Well, we've been together for 5 years, so 4. So 4.5 years.
You were with her for 4 years before you proposed. Oh, because she didn't want to get married.
No, she did. I mean, I'm comparing myself to the average man out there, being like, I'm never gonna. Most men are like, I'm not gonna get married, or
Right.
like they really.
What do you
hesitate.
mean? Who says that?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of guys, maybe not now, maybe not these days, but growing up when I was in my 20s, like all my buddies were like, we're never, I'm not.
Well,
gonna get
that's
married.
because fucking all the men in their lives will be like, don't get married, whatever you do. That's all I heard
Well,
when I
that's
was
the
a kid.
thing too. Is like I grew up where it's like I've seen 3 divorces in my life. So like, or 2.
So sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
So it's like, no, but.
Heartbreaking.
Guy.
Terrible.
So, I feel like I'm taking a polygraph. So I don't know, man. Yeah. So I was like, I was hesitant at first, but then I was like, yeah. Well, I mean, after a certain amount of time, like I was like, okay, this is what it is, and we're gonna get married. And that's how I did it the first time.
Oh, that's what you
I
just
know,
you
I'm
just said it. You
kidding.
said like
Could you imagine if I came to her and that
see his
hacky,
fucking ring?
that hacky rambly, like, so I've seen a couple divorces, and,
I give up.
magazines, ring, what do whatever.
Wow.
Would you strap?
Strap.
Would you strap a polygraph test on your wife to see
see if
what,
she-
if you could ask
Okay,
your wife
so-
any 3 questions?
Right. Would you want to know?
Already asked them.
Oh, okay.
Already asked them. That's what
Really?
we have a situation where it's everything's on the table.
You have an arrangement.
We have an
You have an
arrangement.
arrangement.
We have an
Okay.
arrangement. Everything's on the table.
Do you
and I
love
like
me?
And I like it better like that.
Do you still love him?
Yeah.
Why don't you love me
Did
anymore?
you come?
That's the hardest part. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Can you make her come?
Yes.
You
Just
can.
recently.
Just recently?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So, you proposed after that? She should have proposed.
He's like, well, now I can make her nut. So
No, I knew when it was the right time. I just knew. I just felt it. I was like, this is what's gonna. What fucked me up though is that it was right as the pandemic was happening, and I got my ring in New York City. I live in Boston, like I
Right.
said, and that whole coordinating that shit was just like really fucking nerve wracking.
How did you propose?
In our apartment.
Okay.
Yeah, in our
they
apartment.
were
'cause,
locked
like-
in there.
And then we
He's like, if she said no, she's stuck there anyway. It's like, all right, no,
I
I'm
took
going
her
to the other
busiest
room.
place in Boston with a mask on, and I was like, "Will you love me?"
Wow.
So yeah, and we went out afterwards.
You know, people don't take that into enough consideration.
What?
Can you make your partner come?
Calm. That's important. Bro.
You know,
I
and
think-
like,
yeah, and I
I've
think-
taken it for granted. I've been in situations I've been with women who can't not come. It's just like from the second it's in, it's just like they're nutting the entire
Yeah,
time. And then you have ones that's like trying to crack a Fort Knox safe.
I don't think most men think about that though.
Yeah, but you should.
Should
Nah,
you
I
absolutely
think about that all
should?
the time.
Because if
Yeah.
you're planning, I mean, listen, I'm not saying you should think about that with everyone, but if you're looking for a long-term feasible relationship, it's going to be a very difficult time for
The
you.
amount of women that are documented saying they don't have orgasms when they're having sex, I heard that somewhere, and it was like 50,
Can I
60%.
say something? That's mostly white women that say shit like that, bro.
Fair.
'Cause, like,
that's
I don't-
mostly the waters that I've.
I
that I've-
only listen like when I listen to Latinas talk and black women talk. They don't say shit like that. They usually
We not nasty, Kevin.
nah. They say shit like I need some. They always want dick.
Yeah.
All the girls I know and grew up with, they're like, I need dick and I need him to give me dick.
Well, here's the secret. They all still want it.
You gotta
They
talk
all,
into
they all.
the-
There's the secret they want. Listen, man, we're all
just more
animals. We're
vocal
all
about it.
fucking, animals at the end of the day. We all have our needs. Some of them just don't get met properly or not.
You just gotta put it on the table.
But then, you go into an open relationship and everything works out. How many partners is enough, Kevin?
What do you mean?
For you?
Like
How many people can you date at the same time?
at the same time?
Yeah. What's the most you've dated at the same time?
I think 6.
Really?
Ooh, wow. Why did you look at me?
Because
like that?
that's insane.
How do you manage
I don't-
all of the communication?
How often did you call the girl at
Oh, you dated 5 at the
5?
same time?
Do you have an assistant? Like, how do you text all these people?
I mean, some girls don't text as much, you know?
Ah, yes.
And some-
Those are called keepers.
Yeah. And then the girls that do, I talk to more, obviously. And then there's not all of it was all sexual. You know, some of it took longer to have
Yeah,
sex.
Kevin is the worst. Kevin will actually talk to people for hours at a time.
I could see that.
I like talking to people.
I could see
so.
that. Yeah.
Until
You
you
like
have
to
sex.
talk.
Until he has sex with them, then he never wants to talk to them again.
That's not true. That's not true at all. Yeah, why you blowing up my spot, bro? Come on, man. I said that to you with confidence.
I just guessed that,
That's
Kevin.
too
but
much, though. That's too stressful. Having
No, I don't
all
do
of
that no
to-
more. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did
Did you do that? Were you kind of like?
I was never like that. But prior to getting to a relationship,
Yo, B!
what?
Yo!
I would talk a lot to women.
You will have multiple women you
Oh,
talking to.
yeah, like sup, and that's it. Like tonight? Question mark. Not like, hey, tell me more about your fucking summer
wanna play
vacation.
pool?
Yeah.
That's not the conversations I have, man.
Let me tell you something. That pool hall that we used to go to when I was a kid, the one where we made the decision to go there, it was ran by this old Bukharian Russian guy. And he used to give us sound advice. And one of the advice was, if woman has loose pussy, you squeeze lemon on it.
Well, I love old tricks like that, B.
But I don't.
Old tricks? He's not telling you how to
Yo,
like cock a joint in your bathroom
Yeah.
or like you know what I mean?
Squeeze lemon on
Squeeze
pussy.
lemon.
lemon on pussy.
So
Yo.
that's
Does it work though?
That's what we were learning. I've never had to deal with a large pussy. I have a gigantic penis.
I like remedies like that, bro. I like old school shit like that. There's another one. If they say you take a bath in vinegar,
Yeah.
it tightens up your vagina.
Well, yeah,
I've heard that.
it's acidic. It's the
Yeah.
same thing as like a lemon.
Yeah.
So you Check it out, ladies. Me and Kevin are gonna start selling Mack Almanac bath bombs.
Just tons of vinegar.
We're
on
selling
Amazon.
tight-
You want a 5-quart gallon of
Coochie tight. We're calling it Coochie tight.
Tight.
Mack Almanac Coochie tight bath bombs.
Yo.
It's just nothing but a bomb full of vinegar and citric acid.
That's all. And listen, we're doing this for you because honestly, I've been walking around these New York City streets and watching you and your Lululemons. I can tell that shit kind of loose.
Yeah.
I can tell
Yeah.
your puss lips
Yeah.
loose.
Yeah. It's looking like you know those orangutans that have the catcher's mitt?
Yeah, boy.
You know, it's looking like that catcher's mitt. Oh, that way.
Yeah, man. I just want to fix that shit up for you. Yo, this is the Mack Almanac. My name is Kevin Sanchez. You can find me at It's Kevin Sanchez.
I'm Joshua Pallid. Find me at Joshua Paled.
Nick Assad, Painamai Assad, and WFN Studios on Instagram.
Yo, man, it was awesome having you.
Thanks so
You're
much,
hilarious,
man.
bro.
Appreciate it.
Good luck with the
Thank
marriage.
you.
Come back when it's time to find
We'll
you another
do a part
woman.
2.
Yeah, bring the wife. Bring the wife.
Never happened, but we'll definitely come back for sure. Thank you for having me.
Don't
on. I
leave your
appreciate
girl
it.
around me.
If you're feeling like a pimp.